Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'd like to show you more work I've done on my Aero Tetris Horten Ho-229 or Ho-229. But before I show you that, I'd like to actually talk about the actual Horten Ho-229. The Ho-229 was designed by Remer and Walter Horten. It was designed and being built towards the end of World War II. Aircraft of that time frame, towards the end of World War II, they had to be able to carry a payload of 1,000 kilos, be able to fly 1,000 kilometers, and also be able to fly 1,000 kilometers per hour. The Ho-229 met these requirements, so it was giving the approval to go ahead and be built. The wingspan of the Ho-229 was roughly 55 feet with a length of about 25 feet. Now, unfortunately, towards the end of the war, this plane was built and only very few, maybe one or two, were built, and the one that actually flew only had 2 flights, and it crashed on its second flight. And then as time went on, later that year, the war had ended. So would this plane have changed anything for World War II? I don't know. Some people predicted if this plane had been mass-produced that it could have turned the tides of the war, but do we know that? Well, we'll never know. Some people claim this was Germany's first stealth aircraft. Now, as far as being stealth, I don't know about that, but I do know at the time that the British were experimenting with radar and was using radar to detect airplanes coming across the English Channel before they would get to England. But Germany did not know this, so as far as the plane being stealth, I think that is just pure coincidence through the shape of the wing itself. Some people even claim that there was charcoal in the paint or even in the glue to absorb the radar. But if the Germans didn't know about radar, how would they have incorporated that into there with charcoal and stuff like that? And I have read and heard some reports that the paint and some of the glue has been analyzed and that it doesn't show any charcoal in there. I think that's just a far-fetched tale. Some years ago, I did watch a TV program where Northrop Grumman, they made a replica of the Ho-229. And once they finished building it, they actually built it of the material that the actual plane was built out of. And they took it out to the radar range to test it to see how stealthy it was. Now, I don't know, I've seen some shows that said they stretched the truth a little, and some shows say, you know, it's true. But from the TV show, they claimed that the Ho-229 did have some stealth capability. And as far as being able to detect it, the plane would have gotten closer to England and could have did more damage to England throughout with the bombing attacks that they did if the plane could actually get closer to England. But could it get closer to England? I don't know. I mean, the TV shows that they show, you have to take those with a grain of salt at times, and sometimes things are just stretched a bit, so I don't know. But anyway, some people also claim that this particular Ho-229, that the B-2 bomber is based off the Ho-229. Now, I don't believe that either, because Jack Northrop had been designing flying wings before the Horten brothers, but the shape of the B-2 and Horten, they do look similar, but coincidence? I don't know. But like I said before, Jack Northrop had been experimenting with flying wings before the Ho-229 even came out, so who knows. But again, could this plane have changed the tides of the war? We won't know. And was it the predecessor to the B-2? Possibly, just from the shapes of it, because technology today is so much more advanced, and then testing and everything what they do. And the as far as being non-detectable stealth itself, with the engine's intakes on the Ho-229 being right up front like they are, you would think the radar would pick up those quite easily. So again, I still take that it being stealth as a grain of salt from when they tested it. So who knows? But again, the plane was ahead of its time, and so yeah. So I give it off to the Horten brothers for coming up with that design. Here is one of the wings to the Aero Tetris Ho-229 that I'm building, and it's all foam, and this is covered with fiberglass and primer, and then I'm sanding this down to get the smooth surface on here. And what I've done also is right here, I made this light plywood former here, put in here, and also I made another one that's on the inside of here, also goes from here. Then there will be a wing tube sleeve that I made also, which is here. Wing tube sleeve, which goes into here. And this will be cut on the side right here. And then the actual wing tube will go in here and then sit into the main fuselage. And this is aluminum tubing. And this sleeve here, the wing sleeve, is just made of fiberglass. And on the bottom here, I still have to glass the bottom here and start on it. But on the bottom here, then the servo for this will go in here. Like that. And then we'll have the aileron back here. Here's the center section of the Aero Tetris 229. And again, this is all foam, bunch of pieces put together. And then this is glass with fiberglass top and resin. And we have this, as you can see. And again, I did the same thing for the end over there. It's just a light ply glued on there. And there's another one in here, closer up here. There's a hole over there, and then the wing sleeve again will go in there and be cut, and the other wing, the wing will go on there, and the same thing on the side. And this will be powered by two 90mm EDF motors. And so here we have, it's quite large. This will be a 3.1 meter wingspan. Very nice design. Well, that's going to do it for this video. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button as well. And I invite you to join my Facebook group and my Patreon site. Both are called Cat Bill Fly RC. A lot of information over there, a lot of good people too. If you need any help, just go ahead and ask. If you need any help, got any questions on anything, what I'm doing on my channel, go ahead and leave a message down in the comments. Go ahead and email me or contact me on the Facebook group or my Patreon site. So it's going to do it for this video, and we'll catch you in the next one.